Hi! Welcome back to another episode of In the Nick of Time, short board game reviews, episode 3. And we are going to be talking about Sagrada today. So hi, I'm Nick from Weird Giraffe Games, and then once again I'm being joined by Carla.
Hi, I'm Carla.
Yes, so Carla, we've played Sagrada a few times. We love Sagrada. What do you like about Sagrada?
Well, first, we have to talk about what Sagrada is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, it is a game for 1 to 4 players. There is an expansion that goes 5 to 6 as well, but we don't have that, and we've never played it. So we won't talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
But in the game, you're an artist, and you're building a stained glass window. It has dice drafting. What happens in the game is the first thing you do is you choose what your window is going to partially look like. And these have different difficulties. And depending on what window you choose, you get, based on the difficulty, you get a certain number of little, what are they called?
The tool points.
They help you,
you
use
use
different
for
tools
tools.
so you can change things around in your window.
Yeah.
So, like these little cards, like they dictate like a yellow spot has to have a yellow in it, a red spot the red. If it has a number in it, it has to be that specific number. So you have to play those there. Further, when you place the dice, you can't place a purple like orthogonally next to another purple, or the same with the numbers. A 2 can't be placed next to a 2, but they can be placed diagonally. So, how the game works. The first player passes around each round. I guess. Take this.
Yeah.
So, the first player passes around. You roll a certain number of dice based on the number of players, times 2 plus 1. So, in a 2-player game, you roll 5 dice. The first player would then take 1 die and pass it on, and each player would take 1 die until it gets to the last player, and then the last player would take 2 die and place them, and then it would come back around. So if you're the first player, you have a slight advantage in that you get the, die of your choice. But you also have to kind of deal with whatever you get at the end.
Yeah, so I like how they deal with that advantage by essentially not letting you get forced to choose that last dice at the end.
Mm-hmm. And then the game goes around until you have enough turns to completely fill up your window, or not fill it up, because you don't have to if you've played poorly. For instance, if your last space has different colors around it, and like say it has blue, yellow, and green around it, and the only die left are blue, yellow, and green, and you don't have anything to get the tools, you can't place.
Yeah, you almost have to save one of your tools for like the end, because you never know what you're gonna get.
But if you don't save to the end, the first player that uses a certain tool only has to spend 1 little chit thing to do so, but the next player has to spend 2. So it's kind of good to use your tools early. But it's good to save as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that is the basics of the game.
Yeah.
You're creating a window. What do you like about it, Nick?
So, I really like the component quality. Look at this. It is a dual layer-ish player board that you slide your window in, so when you choose which one you want to do, you slide it in there, and it's double-sided, so I like that double-sided. You slide it in, and that will give you your dice that you want to draft. I really like the drafting mechanic. I like the first player gets to choose one, and then it goes back around and then back around. So the first player gets left with 1, essentially. So if you were the last player, it's kind of like almost the better one, because you get the most choice of your 2 dice that you're drafting. I really like the thematics in this game. In the game, it comes with a whole bunch of different colors of dice. So I've got the little dice here. There's red, green, yellow, purple, and I really like what they did. So if you look at the rules, the thematics are, when you're building the stained glass, the value of the dice, the number of the dice, is the like light or darkness of the color. So you're really building that stained glass, which I really think this is probably a lot more fun than building real stained glass.
Probably.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
Well, if you are artistic and like that, then stained glass is probably fun.
Yeah.
I like the replayability. One of the aspects we didn't talk about was the fact that you have certain scoring conditions. You get a hidden scoring condition that's based on a color, and everyone has different ones, so everyone like specifically wants a certain color more than everyone else. But also there's 3 scoring conditions per game, and these change. I've never had a game that has all the same 3 scoring conditions, so it makes you play a little different. And that's really cool. There's also a deck of tools, so the tools are also different per game. And I really like the ending of it, where like you feel pretty accomplished for building the stained glass window, and hopefully it's a really pretty one if you've done your job appropriately.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some stuff that you don't like. So personally, it's kind of like playing. Well, this is both good and bad. It's a really like calming game because you're just going and you're placing dice and then the next person goes around, but there's not a lot of player interaction. I mean, you kind of fight over the tools a little, but not too much. It's a really good calm game. So if you want that calming experience, I guess it's stressful.
I think there's some in the drafting of the dice a little bit.
A little bit.
You're right.
But there's not like a super amount.
It's very much a sit around solitaire-ish kind of game. But it's almost not, it encourages conversation. I like that. We played this at a bar and it's been really fun to do that.
Also another thing I don't like is it's not colorblind friendly, at least for blue and purple people. So we have a friend, David, who we always have to separate the blue and the purple, and he inevitably makes mistakes. We haven't played with anyone that's red-green colorblind, but I mean, they have red and green, so there's a possibility that color blindness is also affected, which is just sad. I mean, one of them could have been sparkly or something.
I also, I really wish the 5th player came with the base game, because 1 to 4 is not usually the number of people that we have, and so there's usually somebody sitting out. So I'm excited to get that 5th player expansion going.
And to see what differences they have.
Yeah. All right, so that's Sagrada.
Oh, we didn't say what overall.
Oh, yeah.
So
who would like this game?
I think if you want like a really calming like thing where you just are building a window, like I mean that's what the game is about. That's what it is. It's really just you're slowly building up a window. It's kind of like Sudoku a little.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of Sudoku. I think you're making the same strategic kind of. Well, it's almost like more of a strategic Sudoku because you're making decisions, and that's kind of where the player interaction is. Hey, should I take this number of dice now because it's available, or do you think it's going to be available when it comes back around to me? I like that decision that has to be made. I agree. I think it's people who want to calm down, chill, not any take that really at all in this game. Still lots of strategy because of the placement rules in the game. So I think it's that strategic chill game that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, thumbs up. We like it for certain situations.
Right. So that's Sagrada by Floodgate Games. Check it out. Go take a look at it. So you can find me on Twitter. I'm at StellarNick on Twitter. And Carla?
I'm at Weird Drafts, and if you ever want to email us, we're contact@weirddraftgames.com. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.
And that, thanks. See ya. Bye. Bye.